the race for the Champions League, who will make it into Europe's elite next season. Tottenham's crushing defeat at Chelsea on Wednesday night has ensured there are now just 2 teams left in the running for the Premier League title. Liverpool and Manchester City have pulled clear of the chasing pack, but, as we enter the final stage of the season, the battle to secure Champions League football is just as tense. Spurs, Arsenal, Manchester United and Chelsea are separated by just 7 points as they look to join Europe's elite next season. Here, Sportsmail assesses all 4 teams' chances of clinching those remaining 2 places inside the top 4. Tottenham form. Most fans would have thought Harry Kane's return to action from injury would have coincided with a dazzling run to the title for Spurs. It has not panned out at all like that, though, with Mauricio Pochettino's side losing at both Burnley and Chelsea to leave their title chances in tatters. Spurs had won 4 league games in a row without their leading marksman, and they will be hopeful they can halt the slide sooner rather than later. Squad depth. This is potentially the area that could cost Spurs the most. Without Kane, Son Heung-min stepped up and scored in 3 games in a row, but there was always a sense that he surely couldn't maintain that level of form. They have a largely fit squad at present, but star man Delali has an unknown return date, and that is cause for concern. Distractions. Spurs were knocked out of the FA Cup by Crystal Palace in round 4, and that leaves them fighting on 2 fronts. They have an impressive 3-goal lead over Borussia Dortmund in their Champions League last 16 tie and look set to move through to the quarter-finals with the return leg penciled in for March 5. Remaining fixtures. A game Spurs wouldn't fancy after 2 straight defeats is Arsenal, but a North London derby is what awaits them on Saturday lunchtime. They also face daunting away trips to both Liverpool and Manchester City and host Everton on the final day of the season. March 2, Arsenal. March 9, Southampton, March 31, Liverpool, April 7, Brighton, April 13, Huddersfield, April 20, Manchester City, April 27, West Ham, May 4, Bournemouth, May 12, Everton, TBC, Crystal Palace, Arsenal form. Since losing at West Ham at the start of the year, Arsenal's form has been rather impressive. In their last 5 games they have recorded 4 wins and 1 defeat, a 3-1 loss at Manchester City. Unai Emery's side climbed into 4th place with a 5-1 thrashing of Bournemouth on Wednesday, and that comes after routine wins over Southampton and Huddersfield. Squad depth. The Gunners are pretty much injury-free aside from Hector Bellerin and Danny Welbeck, who will both miss the rest of the season. They have 2 world-class strikers in Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang and Alexander Lacazette, and a good supply chain in Henrik Mkhitaryan, Alex Ibe and Mesut Ozil. January signing Denis Suarez is yet to show his true colors, while Aaron Ramsey didn't even get off the bench on Wednesday, with Lucas Torreira and Matteo Guendouzi impressing in midfield. Distractions. Arsenal and Chelsea have a lifeline for Champions League football in the form of the Europa League, and both are serious contenders. The Gunners have a favourable draw in the last 16 against French side Rennes, and Emery has pedigree in the competition, having won it 3 times at Sevilla. Remaining fixtures. If Arsenal can get through their next 2 games unscathed, then there is definitely cause for optimism. They face Spurs on Saturday before hosting United on March 10. Every game is winnable after that, though, with trips to Wolves and Everton the most challenging games left. March 2, Tottenham, March 10, Manchester United, April 1, Newcastle, April 7, Everton, April 15, Watford, April 20, Crystal Palace, April 29, Leicester, May 4, Brighton, May 12, Burnley, TBC, Wolves, Manchester United form. United's win over Crystal Palace ensured the Red Devils claimed the club record 8th consecutive win away from home and extended their unbeaten league run under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to 11 games. They are the teams in form league, having dropped points against just Burnley and Liverpool in the league since the Norwegians' arrival in December. Squad depth. United were missing 8 first-team players at Selhurst Park but still managed to win, showing the strength in their squad. Jesse Lingard, Ander Herrera, Juan Mata, Anthony Martial, Nemanja Matic, Phil Jones, Antonio Valencia and Matteo Darmian and all missed the trip to Palace and most remained out for Saturday's game at home to Southampton. Distractions: United appear to be on their way out of the Champions League after Paris Saint-Germain scored 2 unanswered away goals in the first leg of their last 16 tie. They are in the quarter-finals of the FA Cup though and most would fancy them to win at Wolves and reach a Wembley semi-final. Remaining fixtures: United probably have the toughest run of fixtures between the top 4 rivals. They've still got 3 top 6 teams left to play and travel to both Wolves and Everton. March 2nd, Southampton, March 10th, Arsenal, March 30th, Watford, April 2nd, Wolves, April 13th, West Ham, April 21st, Everton, April 24th, Manchester City, April 28th, Chelsea, May 4th, Huddersfield, May 12th, Cardiff, Chelsea form. Inconsistent form has left Maurizio Sarri on the brink of the sack but a morale-boosting 2-0 win over Spurs on Wednesday looks to have brought the Italian some time. The Blues were thrashed 6-0 by City and 4-0 by Bournemouth earlier this year and also lost at Arsenal. Squad depth: Sarri has a lot of talent at his disposal but it seems the former Napoli boss has opted to select from a core group of around 14 players. The front 3 looks to be formed around 4 players while Jorginho and N'Golo Kante are guaranteed midfield starters with Mateo Kovacic and Ross Barkley rotating for the other place. Distractions: Similarly to Arsenal, Chelsea have a real opportunity to get into the Champions League via this season's Europa League. After cruising past Malmo in the last 32, they have been drawn to play Dynamo Kiev next and will be favourites to progress. Remaining fixtures: Chelsea have to go to both Liverpool and Manchester United, 2 games that could have a major influence in the races for the title and Champions League football. They do have a game in hand on their rivals but Eden Hazard and CO will fancy themselves to take maximum points from games against weaker opposition. March 3rd, Fulham, March 10th, Wolves, March 17th, Everton, March 31st, Cardiff, April 8th, West Ham, April 14th, Liverpool, April 22nd, Burnley, April 28th, Manchester United, May 4th, Watford, May 12th, Leicester, TBC, Brighton,